People Special. They're all fired up, and this is a topic that I'm very fired up about, as regular viewers will know. Joe Biden and his business dealings with China that I have argued many times on this show make him unfit for the presidency. He took bribes in the form of billions of dollars paid by the Chinese government to Biden family businesses while he was vice president. I've laid it out for you night after night on this show. We have a question on this topic from Moishe.
Hi, it's one of you, Marsh, or the congressman. But all this hearings going on in impeachment, I would like to know if maybe you can speak to Lindsey Graham or something. Why is Joe Biden not being prosecuted or being investigated by the Judiciary Committee about China bribes? She took some.
That's a good question. Leave it there.
We, in the Senate and in the House, you can do investigations, but you cannot do prosecution. That goes to DOJ. What we are doing in the House is encouraging keeping China at the table and working on a free trade agreement with China. And Steve talks a lot about Huawei and keeping them out, making certain that we do not use any Huawei technology. And as we look at China and what is going to happen with China, that is something that I believe, as somebody who leads on the technology policy in the Senate, let's make certain that we have an agreement that is going to protect our intellectual property, agreement that is going to be fair for our U.S. workers. Let's make certain that we're having an agreement that is going to open up new markets. You know, in Tennessee, when I talk to my farmers, they don't want more aid, they want more trade. And then let's be certain that, that Huawei does not have a foothold in building out these 5G networks for us or our allies.
I'm going to just put my opinion in here. I totally agree with that. And precisely because of all these big issues in relation to China, Congressman, don't you think it's concerning that you have a leading candidate for president on the Democratic side who is clearly compromised by China? At the very least, shouldn't it be investigated?
I'll be frank, I don't know the details that you've been presenting, but I do agree.
No, wait, if he says he hasn't seen it, if he says he hasn't seen it.
I do agree with the senator's comments. And in fact, we need to hold China responsible. They are a bad actor with state-sponsored enterprises that are taking down businesses across the globe. We saw it in Australia with their rail and bus systems there being manufactured now almost solely by Chinese companies. I'm proud of the fact that I have co-sponsored a bill, the Transportation Infrastructure Vehicle Security Act, which requires that no American tax dollars be used to purchase Chinese-made trains and buses for our country. She's on that bill with me, and I'm proud of it.
Very good. Okay. Quick,
prosecute Biden.
Well, investigate. Quick.
The Senate can take that up anytime they want to.
Let me just say...
Tell Nadler. Tell Jerry
Nadler's in the House.
Steve,
why not tell Jerry Nadler? Same as impeaching Trump. He's busy investigation. Tell him to impeach Biden. Why not?
Steve,
Okay, I'm so sorry. A very quick last word to Lisa, then we have to go.
Yeah. Well,
Lisa.
So the answer to your question, the House Judiciary is not going to do it because President Trump's a Republican and Democrats control the House. That is why. But there have been reports that then Vice President Biden, Hunter Biden, rode on Air Force Two to China, and then shortly thereafter, Hunter Biden got a $1 billion deal with the Chinese government. So it does seem that people on the left are unconcerned about coziness with foreign governments and/or interference unless they can exploit it for political reasons. Case in point, you look at Bill Clinton's payday from the Kremlin, $500,000 check he got. Additionally, you look at the Clinton Foundation, and since Hillary Clinton lost, it's I think the lowest decline in 15 years for the Clinton Foundation. So it does seem like there's this coziness that gets ignored.
I agree, and we are going to keep pushing on #JoeChina, as we always do on this show.